without further ado, I want to bring somebody that I found on YouTube and I absolutely fell in love with her like the moment that I started watching her videos, and her little puppy. I don't know where he's at right now.
My assistant video blogger, my 4-5 Pomeranian.
Oh my God, he's adorable. So without any further ado, I want to introduce you Dr. Diana Kirschner, the psychologist, love expert, and best-selling author. So here you go. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you so much. Just to introduce myself, I think many of you know me from my books, Love 90 Days and Sealing Video, and they were the basis of a PBS show on love. It was really fun. In fact, the most fun was the woman who was supposed to be on the pledge portion of the PBS show came to me and she said, you know, I always have to try everything. I have to ask people to actually send money, you know, and buy this or whatever it is. And so she came to me and she had never been married. And so she said, I'm going to try what you do. And I say, So within actually 60 days, she found a great love in her life. And was really astonished. So by the time we came to the pledge portion of the show, actually he came. He actually came and he was there. And it was really, really cool. And the wonderful thing is that he's just astonishing. I mean, he's PhD, I think. And, just incredible. Everything you would want. You know, really, really accomplished. And because, of course, she's like you guys, right? You really want somebody incredible. Right? You want lasting, passionate love with someone who is really, really amazing, because otherwise why bother, right? So love is not only possible in 90 days, it's possible in 60 days. It's actually possible in one day to actually transform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
So my question, you know, there's some spaces up here. Come here. But my question is, are you going to use this weekend to change your life?
Yes.
Yes. You can use this weekend to change your life, right? And you're getting tremendous amounts of really great information. These guys are awesome, right? And so what you need to do is listen with your whole self. You listen with your mind, you listen with your heart. You listen with your whole self, and you take in, and your whole self will take in exactly the information you need, right? So that you can create whatever it is you want to create, that loving relationship. So, I'm going to start by reading you a little something from one of my students who was in a Love in 90 Days workshop with one of my love mentors. I have these awesome love mentors who are, they're the people I would go to if I had a love problem. In fact, one of them is here today, Tamara. But they counsel women all over the world, actually, by phone and Skype, which is so awesome, really, really awesome. But this is written by Iris, and she's in the middle of the Love in 90 Days workshop. She says, I think our intentions of being chosen and wanted are coming true. We're choosing ourselves and actually wanting to be in a club that not only accepts us as members, but celebrates us. Still no word from Emir. I did speak to Jay, who was chomping at the bit to come to town. I even flirted with a produce guy at Jen Wardy's. I bought sexy winter boots, putty suede with fur lining, bearing a Nuki of the North. I sure am crying a lot today, but out of sheer happiness. Something is shifting in me. So what is shifting in ours? What is shifting in her?
Feeling more confident.
The self-love. The self-love is shifting, right? At a very profound level. At a very, very profound level. And when you want to talk about a superb love relationship, you really have to understand that the amount of love you're going to create outside in the world is actually going to ultimately be a reflection of your own self-love, your own TLC, your own caretaking, you know? Ralph Waldo Emerson said, most of the shadows in our lives are caused by standing in our own sunshine. Now, if you think about the self-talk that you have, virtually all women have the most incredible, insidious self-talk that comes up, right? Will come up. And you will say things to yourself that you would never say to a friend. I mean, would you ever say to a friend, you look really fat and dumb? I mean, I cannot believe how awful you look. Oh my God, you have wrinkles all over your forehead. That was the stupidest thing anybody could ever say, right? Would you ever say that to your friend? Never. You would never say that. Your thighs are so fat, right? But do you say them to yourself? Yes. Yes. Right? You look in the mirror and you immediately see the flaw, whatever that flaw is. Oh my God, I have something breaking out on my face. I have a pimple. Actually, I am guilty of that one. When I have to do the Today Show or something, it's like, oh God. And so, but I'm going to teach you what I do, which is works every time, which is so cool to actually get you out of it. But self-talk is so important, and the research is very, very clear on that. It's using positive affirmations before you go into any social situation actually reduces anxiety, and it reduces downward negative comparisons. You know, you've all been at a party and this woman walks in and she's totally put together and like, oh, you know, I can't compete, I can't, you know, interrupt, right? So it's very, very, very important. Now, one of the most powerful ways to change your self-talk is to actually reprogram or change your identity, which doesn't sound as, it's not as difficult. It sounds more difficult than it really, really is. But if you actually transform your identity, everything changes. Think about how your sense of self, if you gain some weight, right? So you're in your fat identity. You don't have a fat identity or a too thin identity, right? So you're in your fat identity, right? And you look in the mirror, what do you see? Fat. You see fat, right? You go out, how are you relating to people? Your guys in particular. You want to take your clothes off? No. Right? Or someone dumps you and you're in your loser identity. Okay? The entire world changes. The entire world. Your identity is so formative in terms of what actually you are perceiving, what you're feeling, what you're thinking, the way your body feels, everything. Everything. So, if you want to talk about positive self-talk, if you change at the level or transform the level of identity, you will change everything. So, we do work. We do a lot of different, the Love in 90 Days program has a lot of wonderful components. There's inner work and there's outer work. The deepest inner work is actually about what I call the diamond self-identity. And if you think of somebody like Queen Latifah was born Dana Owens, right? Her parents divorced. I think she was a teenager when her parents divorced. I think her father was a police officer. I think her mom was a teacher, right? But she found a part of herself that she named Queen Latifah. She did not come from anything regal. It was not a regal background or even a stable background, right? And she named herself Queen Latifah. And Latifah means kind. And you can see that. You can see that in her, as she lives into that identity, you can see that, the warmth and so forth, and the presence, and the empowerment, and the beauty. And by the way, is she thin? No. No. Right? No. But you can see that confidence. You can see that that living out of her best self. You know, she's living out of her best self and really creating so much happiness for herself and success in everything she touches. So I'd like to do today the diamond self exercise with you. Would you like to do it?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. So we're going to read from, by the way, these are the raffle prizes of the book. So I'm going to read to you from the diamond self exercise from Sealing the Deal. Okay, I really want you to do this. No BS. I really do. Okay? Okay, now, I want you to close your eyes. I want you to remember a time when you felt incredible about yourself, alive, real, attractive, passionate, connected, loving, and lovable. Good. I can feel you remembering. Yes, good, good, good. Now put yourself in a picture so that you're looking through your own eyes and feel that completely. Now I want you to imagine yourself better, even better. Imagine yourself 5 times better. Now take that image and bring it close to you. Make it brighter, clearer, and give it a soundtrack. Give it a soundtrack, some music you really love, that's really inspirational and beautiful. And magnify all those good feelings, make them stronger. Good job, good. Good. Now this is your diamond self. And if you've done this before and you've given yourself a diamond self name, say it to yourself. If you've not given yourself a diamond self name, right now I'd like you to give yourself one. Make it a grand name. Make it a beautiful name. Some of the names that my students have chosen are Amazing Grace, Beloved Mighty Isis, Saucy Minx, Vivacious Vixen. This is a chance for you to name yourself any name that you would like. And don't worry about bragging. Make it a beautiful brand name. Now I want you to shrink the diamond self and make it as small as a real diamond. And put the image aside. And I want you to get an image of yourself when you felt rejected, abandoned, or unlovable. When you were overrun with negative self-talk, like it's hopeless for me, I'm too fat, he doesn't want me, I'm a loser. This is your disappointing self. Now I want you to take the diamond self image, make it the size of a hand grenade, and imagine throwing it right into the center of your disappointing self, watching it explode and completely destroy the disappointing self. Now, instant replay. Imagine your disappointing self, throw the diamond self grenade into the center and blow up the disappointing self again. Just blow that sucker up. Beautiful job, beautiful. Now speed the whole thing up. I want you to do it several more times very rapidly. Take that grenade right into the disappointing self. Poof! And again, that right into the disappointing self. Poof! Keep doing it. Beautiful job. Keep doing it. Beautiful job. Beautiful job, you guys. Okay. Now I want you to just get rid of that disappointed self. Blow it up till you can't even get a clear image of it when you're trying to get a clear image. Very good. Now I want you to open your eyes. And I want you to think about your diamond self name and your diamond self identity. I'll share with you. You want to know my diamond self name? Can you tell? My diamond self name is Radiant Beacon of Loving Guidance. So when I get all freaked out before the Today Show, because I know that Kathy Lee Gifford is going to throw out everything we've created, and I have no idea what is going to happen on national TV, and there's 5,000 cameras in your face, what do I do? What do I do? I do exactly what you just did, right? Right? I just blow up that old disappointing self that's scared, that old disappointing self that feels like she's going to say something stupid, that disappointing self, right? And you can do this exercise anytime. You see, it's anytime. If you're going to have a date with a hobby, you do this exercise. And then you are, your name. Anyone want to share their name? Yes. Winter Goddess. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Who else?
Beautiful.
Whoa. Beautiful hope. You know what's really astonishing is that you can actually rewire your brain. You know, the neuroscientists have found that you can actually rewire your brain. You can create new neural networks. You can change your brain. That's why that particular exercise works so well, because what you're actually doing is you're reconfiguring the neural networks in your brain. So when you think of me, you can think of Winter Goddess, right? Think of me. Think of, say your name again? Beautiful hope. And when you have that kind of energy going, you're pretty much irresistible. When you do your diamond self work, if you really will do your diamond self work, you really pretty much are irresistible. So, in fact, you can do it with any challenging situation. It can be a work situation or a dating situation, but you can do that. And then, of course, you go shopping and you get your hair done to look like your diamond self. The fun part. You get the shoes of the diamond self, and the makeup of the diamond self, and you create it so that when you look at a mirror, you know, it is the Winter Goddess. Right? Right? Who else wants to share their name? Yes?
Joyful love.
Wow! Joyful love. You know, the thing about the names also is that it creates that fantastic warmth. And men are terrified of women. Men are absolutely terrified of women. Think about it. Who raised most men? It was a woman. It was a looming, large woman. It was called mother, right? And you're tiny, right? And your whole life depends on this woman, making her happy and everything else. And so when you're going out to date, what do you see? You see a looming, large woman, right? And you want her to be happy with you and appreciate you and have that warmth. It's so important because they're terrified. Men are terrified. They're just often terrified. And you can see that, especially if a man cares for you, he's going to be frightened. You can see him be afraid if you look at that. Of course, if you're busy with your own internal programming, you won't even notice the guy very much, right? Your own, what I call your deadly dating patterns, whatever they are. I talk about 13 of them in Love in 90 Days. But it stops you from being present because you're repeating a pattern, whether it's, you know, the not perfect, I'll pass, you know, or, you know, the grass is greener, the hermit, the flame out, you know, all the stuff that you do. And that works against your diamond self, what your diamond self really wants to create. And the latest research shows that in great love relationships, what's really happening is that the people are supporting each other's diamond self. They come together. And so when someone falls in love with you, they see the Winter Goddess. When I fall in love with you, I see the Winter Goddess, right? Because you're perfect. You're absolutely perfect. And when you fall in love with me, you see Captain John, whoever my diamond self is. Coach Phil, Coach K, right? You think, you see that, right? And in really great love relationships, that's the dance. That's the dance. You see, and that's the excitement because you're always changing. You have this tremendous bond and love between each other, but at the same time you're helping each other grow. So you're always falling in love, you see? Because you're always new. You're always new, which is really, really cool. And that's, I really wish for every single one of you. So, now, I was going to talk a little bit about the program of 3. The love intention. Once you have your diamond self name, it's very important to have your love intention, and that is what, at the deepest level, you wish to create for yourself. Okay? Once you're centered in your diamond self, you then can create, you will know much better. Like the winter goddess knows what she wants, right? The winter goddess can figure out what she wants. And so you want to make a simple affirmation sentence that is your love intention. For example, I meet lots of terrific men who want to date me, right? I lovingly give myself a great boyfriend. I happily marry a fabulous guy who is just right for me. Or let's say you started dating someone of interest, you can put him in your affirmation. Ben and I continuously deepen our connection. Deepak and I get engaged and have a happy, fulfilled life together, right? So you write down your love intention. I'd like you to write down your love intention right now. Intention and make it even better, right? I easily and effortlessly date fantastic guys. I had one of our mentees who was in the love mentoring program, Dawn. She made her love intention very clear one night. I lovingly give myself a loving life partner. Or no, it's I happily give myself a loving life partner. The very next day she met him. Within 24 hours, he popped up. He popped up online, and she married him. Why? Because she was really operating from her diamond self. She knew what she wanted, and you know what happens is when you are operating at that level, things change. Actually, things change, and actually your perception changes, so that you're not overlooking the really good guys. You're actually noticing them, right? Because you know what you want. You're thinking, oh, I want a tall, dark, blah, blah, with the outside package. I'm attracted to, blah, blah, blah. But love, I would say, never comes the way you think it's going to look. It never comes. But when your heart knows what you want, you will then recognize it, and also it will appear. Very, very profound. So that's some of the inner work that we do. The outer work is I actually like you to date 3 guys at the same time. I can't even find one. I can't even find one. What are you, crazy? You're crazy. Tamara, how many times have we heard that? How many times have they gotten to raining men?
10 times up.
Yeah, it's like, you know, the thing is, if you decide that you're going to do this, there are also a lot of ways to meet your partners, and we talk a lot about it in Love in 90 Days, but one of the ways is to really optimize your online dating profile. When I worked on the Fox Morning Show with, oh God, I'm forgetting her name. Anyway, Amelia. I got her like 3. I had her coming up #1 on Match.com and all of Greater New York, actually. Because if you work your online site and you do a few little things, there's search engines in there. If your profile keeps coming up, many more guys will see you. You'll have 200, 100 guys. Of course, it has to be optimized. So what they see, they like. But one of the things is to change your information daily. Daily, because you come up as new. Tweak your ideal first date, change anything, change a sentence in your profile. You tweak it, it keeps coming up new, right? Many more guys will see you. Also, in your photo, you wear red scoop top, some décolletage, a little waist action, right? Research is very clear that all men of every age, into their 90s, will rate a woman with the hourglass figure as more beautiful. They also rate a woman wearing red as more attractive. They also rate a woman who is making eye contact and smiling as more attractive. Right? And you also go to what I call fantastic activities. These are activities that have lots of men in them, but they're not singles events. Right? There are activities like sports, leadership, hiking, cigar tasting that you are interested in, and you're going to have a good time, and you're going to be having a lot of fun, but it's all men. It's you and like 30 men. And there are ways to do the dating program that's totally within integrity. It's totally empowered. It's totally coming from your diamond self. And it's so cool, I can't even tell you. So, we don't really have time to go over all of them. But I have some wonderful gifts for you guys. I have these booklets. These are wonderful booklets that are some secrets of rapid online dating success, 3 ways to overcome shyness, 10-minute miracle that can save your life, harness the power of self-affirmations, and 4 keys to creating love that lasts. I'll have these at my table at the happy hour. And then look inside your goodie bag, because the amazing thing is if you have a free love mentoring session, a free 40-minute love mentoring session, which is awesome. We had one woman actually get married after her free one. Yeah, which is really, really cool. And now we're going to raffle off the books. And these are signed copies. There's lots of love and love for you. 903-480 for Love in 90 Days. Okay. No. 903-480.
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah.
903-480. What is the number?
Next one. I feel bad. I'm just one number
You're
off.
close enough. Okay.
Sorry.
And this is sealing the deal that tells you exactly how to seal the deal when you meet the guy and what to do if he becomes distant and all that stuff. Really cool. 903-512. There you go. Okay, guys. I want to hear about it. I want to hear about how this changed your life this weekend. I want to hear about it, so you know where to find me here. And also at lovein90days.com, lovein90days.com. So I'll be here for some time after the talk, and I'm also going to be at the happy hour. And come get your little booklets, because sometimes also a little booklet is just what you need to have in your purse. It's like a secret weapon. Okay.
Thank you so much. Is there like a right or wrong in choosing the name for your diamond self? Because mine came up as the Cupcake King.